Let's get to the story everybody's been talking about over the last few hours, and that is the trade of the unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis, who has voiced his displeasure with management in New York, wanted out, and gets his wish, traded with Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Courtney Lee to Dallas. And the Knicks get Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, and Wesley Matthews. And they potentially have all kind of cap space to try to make a splash in the off-season market for big-name free agents. Shaq, when you heard this had gone down, what did you think?
I know it's a big market and everybody likes New York, but the question is, with the stuff that's been going on with management, can they lure, Kevin Durant or a big-time player to come play?
Or a Kyrie Irving or a Kawhi Leonard, you name it. What was your initial impression, Charles, when you heard this was going down this afternoon?
I like my chances with Porzingis and Doncic going forward. I like my chances. To me, first of all, we can't say anything bad about the Knicks yet. But, Shaq just said it, that cap space don't mean nothing unless they get guys.
Huge if. Yeah,
it's a huge if. And then, because you're going to have to sign somebody. And if you sign guys who aren't superstars, who are just good players, it's going to kill your franchise for the next 10, 15 years. Let's say, hypothetically, they don't get Kevin.
Say Jimmy Butler and Kyrie? No, not Kyrie. Jimmy Butler and Kemba Walker.
That'll get them to the 7th spot in the East, and they'll be dead for the next 20 years. I mean, Ernie, there's how many great superstars in the NBA? Well, you say we can build around this guy with 5.
There's 5 guys that no matter what position, where they are, you could build around them or will take your team.
I mean, I think there's LeBron.
No question.
Kevin, KD, James Harden.
Yep.
Kawhi.
Yes, Kawhi.
Anthony Davis.
I would say Kawhi over Anthony Davis because it's proven that what he's doing in Toronto and what he's done in San Antonio.
Yeah, but Toronto got a really good team.
But I'm saying Anthony Davis is probably 5 on the list for me instead of 4.
Okay. But if they don't get some of those guys, Ernie, because you know how those New Yorkers are.
Oh, and Greek Freak.
Yeah, Greek Freak. God forgot about him. But I'm telling you, know how people in New York are. They're going to have to spend that money. So if they don't get, because remember a few years ago, we had this argument. You said, who's the big winner tonight? I said, Amari Stoudemire. Because those other teams didn't get LeBron and those guys. The Knicks had to spend money, and they gave it to Amari.
Quickly on Anthony Davis here, what do you think New Orleans is going to do? And how quickly will they act?
I think they will react very quickly. Rumor has it that they took him out of the, pre-warm-up. Yeah, they took him out of the thing. So obviously they are having conversation, and hopefully they're smart enough to get 3 or 4 pretty good players, because you don't want to just let that guy walk away one, and you don't want to get nothing.
The leverage is now. Well, let me
say this too. Adam Silver needs to block that trade.
Why?
Anthony Davis going to the Lakers. This before all this rumor started. And he says, Charles, he didn't like me saying the fix was in. The fix has been in. I think Commissioner Stern, who I like a lot, need to come out and say, hey, we can trade Anthony Davis, but he cannot go to the Lakers. We cannot have players and agents colluding to stack super teams. Adam Silver needs to say, Anthony Davis, we love you.
You can't have players?
We can't have players dictating who going to play together.
But time out.
So how'd you get to Houston?
As a player,
I got traded to Houston.
But I'm saying as a player.
You demanded that trade.
No, I didn't.
You're saying as a player.
I don't like the fact.
Another player couldn't say, man, I would love to play with you one day, man. Let's get if you want to do it, I'm ready for it.
That's not what they're doing right now, Kenny. They're stacking the team. The agents, guys are sharing agents. They're stacking teams. Right.
I'm not saying that practice doesn't exist, but that practice exists. Guys who have the same agents have all through time.
They've never stacked their teams like they're trying to do now.
Because of their agents, and sometimes they weren't a good player.
No, listen.
And agents who have relationships with teams, that's how coaches have been hired over the years.
Just not as loud, Chuck.
That's not unheard of.
This is the one that just comes out and hits you like a thumb in the eye just because of the relationships there with the agent representing LeBron and with Anthony Davis.
So what?
And then coming out.
Because he's good enough to get
coming out
great players.
saying, by the way, he has no intention of signing with New Orleans.
He can only go to, first of all, then he said, I'm going to only go to the Lakers And if y'all trade me to another team, I'm leaving after next year. Yeah. That is 100% collusion. And Adam Silver needs to say,
that's business, Chuck. That's
it's
business.
not collusion. It's I want to be.
It's tampering.
If Magic Johnson calls them and say, this is what we need to do, that's collusion. But as an agent and you're sitting with your clients and you're talking about the future of your clients, it's not collusion. That is the future of the client.
But the bottom line here, if you're just joining us, there was a big trade today, but it wasn't Anthony Davis. It was Kristaps Porzingis.